This is Ben from Testive, and we're looking at a grammar question. All right, we're going to read the sentence, and then we're going to see how it sounds to begin with, and see what substitutions we may need to make, what these answer choices sound like when they're substituted in. While them and their parents struggled to stay alive and to hide from the secret police, Winton worked diligently throughout the period leading up to the Nazi invasion to secure passage for these children to England via the Netherlands. Okay, the first thing that I notice is when I start reading this sentence, you should always be looking out for a pronoun that is just kind of hanging out where you don't know what it's referring to. So I have to go backwards and see that he says, asking them to provide a safe haven for Jewish children from Czechoslovakia. Well, them and their parents. Okay, so I guess the them is referring to Jewish children from Czechoslovakia. However, them doesn't sound right here. That's because it's an object pronoun, right? I would say provide safe haven for them, right? Or a different example that is much simpler might be, let's see, I went up to the group of children and gave cookies and ice cream to them, right? If we're referring to children, okay? I wouldn't say I went up to the group of children and gave cookies and ice cream to they, which is a subject pronoun that we would use at the beginning of a sentence. So we're going to get rid of no change, and I'm going to look through, well, I don't see they as an option, so we can't just jump straight to that. Well, let's see. We can rule out this, whilst them and their parents. Well, that doesn't fix the them, and it replaces while with this antiquated whilst, so we'll get rid of that. So now we have while these children and their parents, or because these children and their parents. Okay. While these children and their parents struggled to stay alive and to hide from the secret police, Winton worked diligently throughout the period leading up to the Nazi invasion to secure passage for these children to England via the Netherlands. So that's basically the same thing, but we replaced them with these children, which is a subject, so this would work. Let's just double check. Because these children and their parents struggled to stay alive and to hide from the secret police, Winton worked diligently, etc. Well, that still technically works, but one thing that we need to do when we're answering these grammar questions is preserve as close to the original intended meaning as possible when we make our substitution. So, because the only difference between these answer choices is changing while to because, when we've already fixed the grammar error, we're going to choose while these children as opposed to because these children, because we don't want to change the meaning too much.